I'm just as fast, just as strong, cardio. In a lot of cases, I'm beyond it. I'm training with pros, and so
Right.
I'm measuring myself up against young killers, pro MMA fighters, pro kickboxers, and I'm getting that feedback. So it tells me that I'm doing something right.
Right.
Physically, I'm there. I got all the tools that I need. I just need to iron out details in the ring and perform.
What motivates you though to fight? I mean,
Glory,
you what does
glory.
glory? Why is that
Yeah.
important to you?
I've just always been a competitor. I love competing in everything. You
Mm.
can't challenge me to a race and I'm gonna turn it down. I love every challenge, and this is just a challenge where I'm in the driver's seat. I have my coaches. I have my grappling coaches. I have my boxing coaches. My head coach, Crew John Bruce out of Virginia Beach. We're bouncing everything off of one another, and we're building our repertoire of techniques. And I love that aspect of it of tweaking kicks and tweaking certain combinations and certain setups and all that goes into the fight game. I love it. And
Yep.
again, I
Mm.
am 35 and I plan similar to yourself on the back end. I'm learning the business side of it too. Like I may have just gotten into martial arts, but I'm going to be around for a while. And
Right.
we have a lot of young studs that I take great pride in mentoring and helping out along the way. And I'm paving the path. I'm blazing the trail, especially with the IKF, for guys behind me to come through
That's
and
great.
and achieve their glory. And a lot of guys, a lot of fighters this is their ticket. This is how they're going to do
Yeah.
something with themselves. Um, for me, that may not be all of the situation where I'm kind of already established. As I have a family, I have business, I have all these things, but
Yeah.
it still is a pursuit, a dream of mine to be a world champion.
I want to ask you a question. Now, we can definitely help you with that. We certainly, as long as you're winning, you got to win. We have nothing to do with
Got
that
it.
part.
Hey,
Yeah, but
yes,
we got
sir.
a big plan here at Harris. A lot of big fights, so we're going to all the way up to the pros and pay them some good money as well.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm a little curious. I want to change gears just for a moment. I'm a little curious because I read a little bit of your resume, right? And I'll be very
Hmm.
honest with you. It was darn impressive, right? It was
Thank
one.
you.
You're the one of the most educated people that I've seen and talked to in a long time, as far as all your
I appreciate
degrees
that.
and things like that. But there's something else there, though, right? There's something else there, and I need you to tell me, what is it? Why have you put so much work into your education? Why have you put so much work in your physical appearance? Why do in your business you have successes in your business? As you know, there is a stigma there with African American men in this country, okay, around the world. What is your motivation truly within the societal appearance of what you're doing? Is there something else there? Who are you trying to talk to? Are you trying to tell people something else about you and maybe about people?
Uh, that's a that's a great question. So selfishly enough, everything I do, first and foremost, everything I've started has been for myself. It's been a challenge that I've proposed to myself and accepted. For school, growing up in the inner city, in poverty, all the catchphrases. Uh, Education was the most direct line out of that situation.
Mm.
And for me, it was education and sports.
Who pushed
So
that though? Was it your parents or who was it? People around you? Who pushed that in you?
it was all around. I arrived at that decision on my own, that conclusion, but it's all around you. Is parents, friends, relatives, school administration. They're all telling all of the children the same thing about education,
Yeah, but
about the
people like
importance
me,
of
you
education.
didn't listen.
Yeah, right,
You
right.
listen.
So, right. So my point is, it's on the individual. At some point,
Sure.
my biggest strength is being open minded and being coachable and being open to outside influences. Not all influences, but open to someone that looks like me, someone that I could relate to, someone that I respect. Uh, someone that's done what I'm trying to do and accomplished what I'm trying to accomplish. So I mean, I say I do it all for myself, but I didn't get here on my own. A lot of
Right.
people gave me a lot of great insight and great advice and great opportunities. And I've always, if you give me an opportunity, I'm going to make the most out of it. I'm not going to squander any opportunities. And with education, I knew that, I didn't have any money to go to college. My family didn't have any money to put me through college. So
Right.
education and sports were my conduits to get to that point. And then,
Yeah.
once I got into undergrad, I got my MBA from Liberty, and that directly pushed me into the business realm. But it was hey, my colleagues, my college college classmates, high school classmates that I went to school with, even though I was in the military, they were going on and progressing themselves
Right.
professionally and personally. And, I followed suit. Hey, if these guys that I started with, they're still pushing the envelope to acquire more and well, not even acquire more in the sense of monetary, but acquire more as a personal, professional development. You
Hmm.
know, life is all about for my philosophy on life is it's all about experiences. You got
Right.
to get out, you got to experience
Do,
things,
do you
you got to push the envelope.
do you consider yourself a role model?
Uh, I don't know. I don't consider myself a role model first, but I am aware that there's people looking at me, and I represent a lot of people that have come before me. I'm well aware of that, and I don't care what people think, but I put my best foot forward at all times.
Right. So there was a reason for that. Tell me about what are your feelings about fighting at Harris Casino October 26th?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I just won the World Kickboxing Association National Championship a couple weekends ago.
Okay. And what was
Uh,
that? WWKA?
yes, that was the WKA up in
Yes.
Delaware.
Oh,
Yep.
good, good. Go over there with Brian and those. How was that tournament for you?
It was a good setup, man. It was fun. It was fast paced. I actually had three fights in a 6 hour time frame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I just have a different philosophy about that part, but that's okay. People do what they do, you know?
It was running a gauntlet. It was the gauntlet, but there's something about that aspect of not knowing who you're going to fight. Knowing that you have multiple fights in a day, and if you really want it, like a lot of guys didn't make it their follow-on fights after the quarterfinals and the semis because
Right,
they either they went too crazy with the leg kicks, or they weren't checking leg kicks, or they tweaked this or tweaked that. So
right.
all of that plays into it. Not and I think it's fun. It's scary. It gets your heart pumping, but
Yeah.
it's
Well,
also
well, I just have a philosophy about not wearing out our amateurs in the tournaments,
yeah,
right? That's why
for sure.
we max it out at two fights per
Right.
weekend, right? Even at the World Classic. What happens is that when we reduce the bracket to four people,
Hmm.
there are four killers in there for the most part. I
Hmm.
don't care what level, whether it's novice, C class, B class, or A. Most of the time, if you have four and they're in the same, they're killers. So
Right.
it doesn't burn you out because you're gonna have those things as opposed to maybe getting your knee teeped out or whatever with this kid who really didn't
Right.
know what he was
Right.
doing, even though you're gonna knock him out. You're gonna
Yeah.
have real battles. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Hey, let them do what they do with IKF and everything. Take a last minute here as we wind down and invite people to come out to the show and why that's important to you.
All right, come on out, guys. It's gonna be a good fight. I'm a finisher. Lad, WK,
Are you said? Did you
WK.
just tell me? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me talk to my audience here. How you guys?
Let's
Hold on.
go. Let's go.
Did
Let's go.
he just tell me that he was gonna knock out Isaac, y'all? Is that what he just said?
Hey, I didn't say that. I said I'm a finisher. I can promise you one thing, Johnny. I'm gonna be hunting for that finish. So
Okay.
he needs to be locked in at all times. I'm hunting for the finish. I had three finishes last 2 Sundays ago.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and believe it or not, they were body shot finish. They were body shot stoppages.
Right.
So
Nice.
we got a nice tall torso to aim at. I hope he's doing his body hardening. I punch really hard. I kick really
Hey,
hard.
I get it. I get it. But I'm just
I'm
letting you know Isaac
I'm
has
ready.
game. That's why. Hey, look, Anthony Bowie did a
I'm
great
with it.
job in setting up these fights. I'm telling you right now, because we look at these things, we have that PKB background experience, and we look at the best fights, right? And even though I approve him, he does a great job in saying, hey, Johnny, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I know that's going to be a great fight, right? And because you know why? We got December coming up, right? December's coming back around. Are you going to be ready for that? That's the question, right? So we're going to keep building. And we got March, and then we got, just keep going and keep going. We got all these fights that are going to be coming up just at Harris, not even talking about the fact that we have Don Roger over there in North Carolina doing some great shows over there. Has a fight next week. Just calling me, by the way. Should be looking at the show.
Yes, sir.
But Remeik, excuse me. I want to thank you for being on the show today. I got a couple other guests we're going to get to, but I like what you're doing. I like, the way you carry yourself and all. And I wish both of you guys the best of luck, man. It should be a lot of fun. And
thank you.
Make
Thank
sure
you.
you
It
push
should be a
people
lot
to
of
the
fun.
iCanFightPlatform.com to get those tickets and come check you out.
All right. Thank you. Hey, nice speaking with you, Johnny.
Thanks, Remeik. All right, brother. Talk to you later. Yes, sir. Good job.
Later.
Good job. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He is Remeik Johnson. This guy's ready to go. He's out of Norfolk, Virginia. He's coming to bring some pain, right, to the game. I can make that rhyme and all. So, guys, listen, I want you to make sure you go check out the tickets that are on sale right now, iCanFightPlatform.com. This event is also going to be on pay-per-view at akplive.com. Some of you might be watching the show right now on AKP Live. We are now doing our streaming and everything from our site as well. Just get more people over there. We're going to go ahead and talk right now to Miguel. Miguel was on there. He's been waiting for a minute and all that. So we're going to go ahead and bring him up to the screen. He is the man with the plan. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Miguel Younger. How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing, Johnny?
Looking younger all the time, aren't you? He told me. Hey, Miguel, when did you tell me you were born?
1999.